So with that, I'll take a moment and talk about design. So I'll do just a quick overview, and this is really more of the vision and where we're going at from a higher level perspective. But design is something that is incredibly important in your websites. Honestly, I'll say that, when you look at some of the work that we've done over the years, that it wasn't always our best foot forward. And I'd say we didn't allow design to lead the project in some cases. Over the past year and a half, I think we've done a great job of improving our design and making sure that we're doing a great job there. One of the things that we have focused on over the past few months is we have a creative director in-house now as a part of our team, and she's working on ways to improve the overall design. We're having conversations about design trends and where products need to go. So that's something that you'll see rolled out into the system over the coming months. But as we look at it, so there's some what we call interior pages, and there are enhancements that are being made to interior pages. But here's an example of a standard interior page. This is on Belmont's website. And so as you can see, at the top, we have summary statistics that show information on the overall season, the percentage within conference, great deal of information. There's also a lot that you can do with this, in that you can filter it, you can share it through your calendar, you can search for previous years, all that is there. So that's all pretty standard. So when we look at from a capability standpoint, we think a lot of the capabilities are there, but the challenge is the way that we present it. The visual is what needs improvement. So as you go down into the schedule itself, into the first game against Chattanooga, as we expand that out, you see the final score, you see the details of the score, you get a game recap, and you can actually drill down into the full recap. So one of the projects that we've been working on is looking at how can this be improved? What needs to be improved? All the information is there, but it just needs to look differently. So one of the things we did is we've looked at what others are doing. The WNBA, they provide actually a lot less information, but they present it in a slightly different way. It's a cleaner look. It's a cleaner design that they have. When we look at the Dallas Mavericks as an example, a lot of the same information, but the look of that is just a little bit different. So one of the things that we've been talking about is that design. Part of the design trend now is to have bold text, simple backgrounds, and a white field with limited information. You don't want to provide all the information in one place, is what the designers are telling us. So we're looking at, is that something we incorporate into our design? And then I believe this was an NBA team that we pulled this last one from, but you can see, again, a very simple design, not a lot of information there about games that are coming up. It's really just when and where and how you can watch it. That's really the basis of that information. Now, we realize that professional teams and the way they interact with fans is a little bit different, but it's inspiration. It gives us design inspiration. And so the first cut that our designers come back with is a play off of what we've already done. So really simplifying the layout and the design a little bit, adding a few lines for separation and capabilities. But rather than just simply using iconography, they've also added words. So you can get a recap, you can watch the event, you can listen to the event, you can get the stats. So that's a way of, from a vision standpoint, of how can we present information differently. As you can see, the November 16th, that's an upcoming game in the way that this mock-up is done. So you can see there's a way of giving person access to show that it's going to be on an Apple TV. So you can download the OTT app to watch that. Or there's also an audio broadcast, so we're using some iconography for that. Since the game has not yet occurred, tickets would be on sale. So the context changes a little bit in that you can have a link to tickets. Whereas after the game, that switches to recap. There's no longer a point in buying tickets. Since the game hasn't started yet, there are no stats. So the stats are grayed out, it's non-functional. So this is a way that we're looking at envisioning how the future of this page interacts. When it comes to the rosters, a lot of great things out there as well. So one thing that we've really been inspired by is some of the NFL teams and the way that they're sharing information. So you can see in this case, the roster has headshots of a draft class. We think that this is something that we'll use and apply to team captains or to seniors or player of the week. And we're going to put this in your hands so that you're able to decide that. So it's really a call out as to those who are special. Then as you go down, a very simple design, very basic, from a very basic, clean lines, clean design in the way that we're sharing information. On the opposite end of that spectrum is a very busy and engaging way. And so when you look at this basketball team, you can see that there's headshots with their position and their number, and then you click the little plus sign to expand that out. When you expand it out, you get high-level details of the bio. And so in this case, height, weight, date of birth, other stats about them, as well as some game stats. If that's not enough, you can click on it and get their full bio. So these are what we're using for inspiration, and we're planning to offer you a few different options as we roll these enhancements out.